All right, Nick, let's talk about the Alabama Crimson Tide. This is a truly special team. It has been a dynasty for a long time. And there is a reason that dynasties are dynasties because they don't only think about the now, they think about the future. And this stories that we have today, there's multiple, shows Alabama forward thinking and how they are already planning for the future.
Yeah, Miles, I agree with you 100%. Nick Saban and his recruiting staff does a great job with how they schedule and plan out these guys and bring them into the fold. But before we get into these reports, Alabama fans, I want you in the comment section below to give me some of these under radar moves, some of an under the radar take or opinion. Because look, we know you guys are plugged in. You're some of the best fans in college football. I'm not blowing smoke at you. I'm not even an Alabama fan, but we know you guys are pretty smart. So that's what we're really curious to have you guys in the comment section below. Give us your most interesting insight about the Alabama Crimson Tide right now as they head into the 2023 campaign. And make sure you do that in the comment section below. All right, Miles, what you got? What's the latest out of Tuscaloosa?
Yeah, Nick. So Alabama has been on the recruiting trail hard lately. They've been hitting it, but not for the 2023 season. Those recruits have already come in, but they have still been looking for guys in the 2024 and beyond classes. And now they have made a key pickup in the 2024 class, a commitment from none other than three-star offensive lineman Joseph Ionata. And I am going to bring up that tweet now. This tweet was from over at Hayes Fawcett on Twitter. Very, very good college football pundit who gives you tons of breaking recruiting news. So go follow him if you want any college, high school football recruitment type of stories. This says, class of 2024 interior O lineman Joseph Ionata tells me he is committed to Alabama. The 6'5", 295-pound O lineman from Clearwater, Florida, chose the Crimson Tide over Florida, Miami, and Ole Miss. I know I'm coming to Alabama means playing for the Natty, and I am ready. Nick, this is big news because Alabama knows there's two big pipelines that keep them going, and one of those pipelines is the offensive lineman pipeline. They have to keep getting big-time recruits coming in through the offensive line department, because this is the lifeblood of that Alabama football team. Building through the trenches, having consistently great guys on the offensive line year in and year out is one of the most important things. So getting all of these guys, especially going all the way down to Florida, getting a guy over at Calvary Christian High School, a great school down in Florida, very competitive. He's able to come over now to Alabama and show his stuff, Nick. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on the signing, or commitment rather, of Ionata, and what does this mean for the Alabama Crimson Tide?
So over the past decade or so, Alabama has been absolutely phenomenal about two things: bringing in 4- and 5-star playmakers, which teaser we're going to get to shortly. And number two, bringing a lot of sneaky good linemen, specifically offensive linemen, that may not necessarily be 4- or 5-star guys. Now they get plenty of 4- or 5-star offensive linemen on their own right, but they seem to find a lot of, I'll call them hidden gems, so to speak, a lot of 3-star, maybe 4-star guys that aren't on the top of everybody's radar. They get them up to Tuscaloosa and they become all-world players thanks to that offensive line coach. Again, I think this is one of these guys. He's a great athlete, good football player. We'll have to see as time will tell. But anytime Alabama gets a recruit like this, and you say, oh, it's only a 3-star, he's, maybe a top 100 guy in the state of Florida, and just outside the top 100, it looks like. How big of a recruit is this? I've learned to trust Alabama's recruiting department when it comes to offensive line, because they have the ability, sometimes they do it via the transfer portal, by the way, but they have the ability to find hidden gems all over the country at the offensive line position that no one is really paying attention to. Maybe there's some big, 4- or 5-star tackle that's 6'6", 300 and looks good, doing drills or whatever, and other schools fall in love with them, and Alabama just finds a really good football player and they bring him into the fold. That's what they've done the past few years, or really the past decade and a half or so, and it's worked wonders for them. I potentially see Ionata sliding into that role as well. But that leads me into the second point we want to talk about today, Miles. Again, Alabama finds a lot of the hidden gems in the offensive line department, but when it comes to the skill positions, they go all out to get the big names, to get the 4- and 5-star guys, and that will lead me into the second big-time recruiting commitment the Alabama Crimson Tide got. Miles, if you want to go ahead and throw it up. This is, again, according to Hayes Fawcett over at On3 Sports. Elite 2025 running back Anthony Turbo Rogers has committed to Alabama. The 5'8", 185-pound running back from Pike Road, Alabama, chose the Crimson Tide over Georgia, Auburn, and others. He is one of the top running backs in the 2025 class. This is a guy that is the top running back in the 2025 class, if you believe 24/7 Sports. I have number one overall. They have him the 33rd overall recruit in the country for the 2025 class, again, according to 24/7 Sports. So this is what we were talking about, Mize. Alabama, they find the hidden gems in the offensive line department. They bring them in, they coach them up, make them become great players. But when it comes to elite level skill players, they get the 4 stars, they get the 5 stars. And I think bringing in Turbo Rogers is yet another example of Alabama executing their formula. What are your thoughts on Rogers, Mize? What do you think?
Yeah, Nick, I think Turbo is the perfect nickname for this guy
Great name.
because he has the jets. He has a ton of long speed, but not only that, he has the quick twitch speed as well, already at a 4.48 40-yard dash, and this was a laser time 40-yard dash. So that is phenomenally quick for a running back. But also they say his long speed, his breakaway speed is even better than that 4.48 40 speed. And this guy, he already has a comp to another extremely fast, not yet to play in the NFL, but big time running back pickup, and that's none other than Devon Achane. A really great pickup for Miami Dolphins over at Texas A&M. Incredible career. This guy's already being compared to the likes of Achane because we know Achane's speed is legendary. He said during an interview earlier a few weeks ago that he was already clocked in practice running like 27 miles per hour. If this guy's even close to Achane speed, he is going to be absolutely dangerous for Alabama because they have such a great offensive line. Going back to the first story that we talked about, they are able to get these big time steals in the offensive line department, coach them up, have a legendary offensive line recruit and development program over there. They get these linemen, they make them the best, and then they put the elite level skill position guys behind them and absolutely dominate everyone in college football, Nick. It's a tested, proven concept as old as time, and Alabama has been doing it for a long time now. This guy seems to be in the perfect place, and I think this is going to be a huge weapon for Alabama.